Good morning from the main highlight in Pula. This is an ancient amphitheater and the sixth largest in the world actually, and very well preserved from the 1st century. This was originally constructed in the year 80 and I'm standing right in the middle of it, like the gladiator that I am. Yeah, they've totally renovated that 250-year-old building, and this is a nice little courtyard. It's well landscaped and very, very narrow. I keep talking about that, but this is the narrowest by far. They keep getting narrower. Here we are at the main highlight in Pula. This ancient amphitheater goes back to the year 80, where it was completed, and what I've been reading is it's the 6th largest amphitheater in the world and really the best preserved, with chunks of it still going back to that year. And just imagine the gladiators here, both man and animal, and the sand in the middle. I was reading is, you know, they had to soak up all the blood, and from the top they sprayed water, I don't know if it was on the people or whatever, to lessen the smell of blood. And gladiators were revered in those times as sort of celebrities. But yeah, these amphitheaters have always been really cool. I mean, to me, this is more impressive than anything like the Colosseum, the famous Colosseum in Rome. And way more complete and preserved. Cool stuff. So this is the main corridor coming into the center of the arena. It's kind of fun to imagine the gladiators and or lions and whatever else they trucked in coming into the ring to do battle. Probably not with the tourists there, but anyway. Well, there's no one on the HOHO, but this is a great view of the Adriatic, and we're going past some local beaches. Oh, this should be fun. It's a museum of olive oil history in Croatia, which, from the more I'm reading, it's won awards as some of the best olive oil actually in the world. Who knew? Every kind of olive oil you can imagine from Istria, and this is cool. They have tastings. So besides just being a museum, there are all kinds of tastings. And truffles. I never knew Istria was so known for truffle. In fact, I think more than Umbria in Italy, with no comparison. And from truffle olive oils to the real thing, both white and black truffle. Pretty cool stuff. A complete history of olive oil in a museum with an audio guide. This will be kind of fun. Boy, there's quite a bit to this process. Interesting, the highest quality of olive oil is from green olives. And then those that are beginning to mature from the ripe fruit, in other words, once they turn black, then the black fruit that has fallen, and the black fruit that has fallen to the ground. And lastly, the rotting or worm-eaten fruit would be given to slaves or turned into oil for lamps. Interesting, Istria is still winning awards for the quality. Huh. Recognized as one of the world's regions with the highest number of quality producers. More so than Italy. It's time for tastings. Really crowded in here today. The glory of off-season.
But it's very, very interesting actually. And for example, they are only allowed to assess 5 oils within the hour. This producer is Dolia, and they is also the East Coast, but they're situated just around PULA, and the olive variety is Lecino.
Off to the corner market. On this entire trip, I've been to little markets to replenish things like breakfast items and, of course, that kind of stuff. Anyway, you'll never find a Smith's or an Albertsons or a Safeway anywhere in Europe. Instead, it's these cool little corner markets. And no microwave foods. It's interesting. I've never seen anything other than frozen vegetables in any microwave section. It's interesting. And that's why so very few of the Airbnbs have even had a microwave. Everybody eats fresh every day, no additives, preservatives. I don't know what that says about America or about our foods or whatever, but it's just truth. Interesting. Evening here on Tuesday night the 16th. Last night here in the Istrian region and in PULA. Tomorrow morning we head out down to Split into southern Croatia. Today was a very quiet and quick day. Just a tour of the Roman amphitheater and then a quick hop-on, hop-off bus. It was only 15 minutes with just a little bit of footage and a few pictures. And then the highlight was most certainly this olive oil museum and tastings from olive oil from all over this region. And so anyway, guys, tomorrow we will again be down in Split and report back in tomorrow night with sort of a full review of what's going to be a 6-hour road trip tomorrow. So until then, good night, we'll see you.